this video, we're going to be talking about the major child issues that a court is going to look at when you're in the midst of a family law case. Now, can include things like a divorce with children or a straight custody fight or anything that's dealing with children and you're kind of fighting it out with the other parent. The court is going to be looking at three major areas of concern: what's called legal decision-making, parenting time, and child support. Legal decision-making is essentially who gets to make choices about the child when it comes to legal things. Just as it sounds, that you're making legal decisions. So for example, that could be things like what doctor does the child go to, what school does the child go to, what church is the child going to, anything, just choices about the child. The second major area is parenting time. Parenting time essentially reflects where is the child when. That is to say, you can have a parenting plan that could say something like the parties, or one party is going to have the child for 1 week, and then the following week the other parent will have the child. You can have other things that say things like one parent has the child every other weekend. There's a wide range of parenting plans that you can construct, but the idea is that parenting time talks about where is your child at what time. The final piece of this is child support. Most people kind of intuitively know what child support is, but it's essentially creating this fiction that the two parents are still living together, and you're trying to redistribute the income of both parents such that your children are receiving the maximum benefit of the income from both parents. So for example, if you have one parent that's making $100,000 a year and the other parent is making minimum wage, but the children spend 100% of their time with the parent that's making minimum wage, the children aren't receiving any benefit from the income of the other parent that was making $100,000 a year, when if the two parents were still together, those children would be receiving that benefit. So what the child support equation tries to do is shift all of that, some of that money across to the other side so that the children are benefiting from the income. Now, in Arizona, we use a child support calculator. There's a calculation that you plug in everyone's income, how much time each parent is spending with the child, on a few other expenses, and it generates what the number will be. In sum, those are the three areas. You have your legal decision-making, parenting time, and child support. Now, one sort of note is that Arizona previously used the term custody to signify legal decision-making, and that generated a lot of confusion because in normal parlance, most people will say custody, meaning things like parenting time, because they'll say, I want custody of my children and I want equal custody, and a lot of times they just mean I want equal parenting time. Arizona no longer uses that term. A lot of times we will informally use that term to reference either of legal decision-making or parenting time, but as a purely technical matter, it's not a term that's recognized in Arizona anymore. So what you have are parenting time, legal decision-making, and child support.